Chances are that you clicked on this video because you're in a place that you don't want to be in right now, and naturally, you want to get out of it. But I don't want you to get out of it. I want you to embrace it. There's a saying, if you're unwilling to be misunderstood, you're unwilling to grow. And this is because as humans, we are afraid to look different. We are afraid to stand out. We want to feel like we are part of something and we want to feel safe. But if the crowd around you is mediocre, do you really want to be cocooned by that crowd? Do you really want to stay there just so you feel safe? Do you really want to be a part of them? Do you really want to fit in just so that you don't have to do what's difficult? If you want to be a footballer, it requires you to be in the public eye. It requires you to have the courage, to have the guts to be disliked. That does not mean that it gives you the permission to do things that will make people dislike you. But you have to realize that no matter what you do, people will always have something to say about you, and they'll always have something about you that they will dislike, and you have to be prepared for it. You could be an angel, and people will still have a problem with the sound of your flapping wings. You will be disliked, you will be judged, and you will be misunderstood, and you have to be okay with all of that. You need to trust the process, and you need to realize that you cannot take advice from people who know nothing about your dreams. What do you do if you're struggling with the fear of being judged? You chase judgment. If someone says, "Oh, you're too good for us now," say, "I don't know about that, but whatever I'm doing right now isn't going to take me closer to my dreams, so I'm going to drop it." When someone says, "You're not spending time with us anymore," say, "Well, I'm chasing my dreams, and that takes sacrifice." At the end of the day, those people aren't paying your bills. Those people probably wouldn't even be there at your deathbed. And ask yourself, are you really going to be thinking about their judgment when you're taking your last breaths? So you choose. Do you want to live in fear? Do you want to live a life that someone else has created for you? Or are you going to say, "Screw you, I'm going to go live my dreams"? And trust me, when you do succeed, those people that judged you will be the first ones to say that they know you. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Let that be your truth. You are not what you want, you are what you do. If you say that you want to be a baller, but the last time you kicked a ball was last week, and it wasn't because you're injured or whatever, but because you didn't feel like it, do you really want to be a footballer? Do you really think you can become a footballer? Most people, they just want the shiny stuff. They want the trophies, they want the name, they want the fame, they want the money. But you don't get there without the gym, the trainings, the injuries, the recoveries, the eating healthy and going for trials. Because honestly, you'd probably rather stop at McDonald's after a big win rather than save those extra few bucks or spend it on something more nutritious that can actually help your body recover. You can't tell people that you are something without actually doing the thing and hope that they'll believe you. If you want people to think of you and treat you like a professional footballer, you first have to do the things that pro footballers are doing, and you have to treat yourself like a professional. If you say that you want to be a pro, but you choose to not train, you choose to stay at home, eat whatever you want, not go out and get connections, it's fine. It just means that you value your comfort more than you value your dreams. Just try not to bullshit yourself. Someone once said that people think that a good life is an easy life. A good life is actually a life that makes you a good person, and that's a difficult life. If you learn to love to do the things, to do the hardships, if you learn to love the sacrifice and do the things that you want to avoid, you will be so much more likely to achieve your goals, because that's where most people stop. And of course, you won't love it every day. There will be days where you don't want to get out of your bed. There will be days where you don't want to go to training. But it's good to remember on those days that this is where most people stop, and that's why I'm going to keep going. And one way to achieve this is to ask yourself, what am I willing to say no to? Am I going to say no to sleeping in? Am I willing to say no to partying at night? Am I willing to say no to eating fast food meals? When you can say no to the things that are slowing you down, you free up time and you free up space to say yes to the things that are actually going to bring you benefits and are actually going to improve your growth as a footballer. You gain confidence by taking action when you're least confident. You want to know what is the cycle to improve your confidence? You take action, that action gives you experience, that experience makes you competent, and through that competence, you gain confidence. And once you gain confidence, you take action again, and that whole cycle repeats itself. Everything starts with you taking action. Even if it doesn't go your way, that will give you the courage to realize that you can actually take the first step, and you will be more likely to take the first step next time when you're about to attempt something new. It doesn't matter how much you know about football, about trials, about tactics, about scouting, until you don't take action, until you don't take that first step, you will not feel confident because you won't kickstart that cycle. So if you think that you need to be confident to take action, the only solution to this is to just go out there and do it when you're not confident. I know it sounds stupid, I know it sounds ironic. That's like telling a person that is homeless to just go and buy a house. But the irony of confidence is that until you don't try, you won't know. And until you don't try, you won't gain confidence. I'll give you an example. There was a time where I was really nervous to play football. And when I say really nervous, this is not where your heartbeat goes up and stuff. It's not your average nervous. I was so nervous to the point where I would be in the first 11 team, but as I'm warming up or as I'm walking down that tunnel, I would be praying that that game gets cancelled so that I wouldn't have to play. That was how nervous I used to be. And what helped me get over this was actually keeping an attitude journal instead of an outcome journal. And in an attitude journal, basically you write down the attitude that you want to bring into the game. So say I'm playing as a striker in the game, I want to be fearless in that game, and I'm going to take every chance that I get to shoot the ball in and around the box. Whether it's a half chance, a quarter chance, a three-quarter chance, I'm just going to shoot the ball and I'm going to try to get as many shots on goal as I can. So bringing that fearlessness into the game and realizing that even if I don't get any assists, even if I don't get any goals, the one thing that I can count on is to be fearless in that game. Whether it's through my tackles, whether it's making those defense cutting line passes, whether it's taking shots on goal, the aim of that entire game is for me to be fearless. And that gave me a focus point in the game so that I wouldn't feel nervous, and that actually improved my game so much that I had a dry streak for a year and a half, and I finally broke the deadlock through that attitude journal, and I scored a goal after a year and a half in one of the friendly games that we played. Now, if you want a full video about this attitude journal, how to implement it, how it works or whatever, let me know in the comment section down below so that you too can take your game to the next level. Now, if you enjoyed that, you'll definitely enjoy this.